Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make those basket auto headgear, and I'll be using two colors for it. I have my red ashoke, I have the blue ashoke. So today I have my ashoke, the red one. I have ashoke, the blue one. I'll be using two colors for this tutorial. I have my scissors for cutting. I have a matching thread for both the red and the blue ashoke. I have my tape for measurement. I have satin for covering of the foam. This is the foam here. This is what I have. Then I have a lining, black lining, for also covering of the foam. It's now your choice to make. If the one you prefer, you go ahead and use it. Both are okay. Then the glue here, I have this glue, this electric glue. You can use any other glue of your choice. And this will only come in when I want to, if I'm not using the sewing machine, I use my glue to glue everything I want to do here. But for this tutorial, I'll be using my sewing machine for it. So you just take note. If you don't have sewing machine, go ahead and use your glue. It's okay. Then you can also use this glue. That's why I dropped it here. So you can use it if you don't have any other glue. This can also do the work for you. So let's get started. So some of these are showing. You see this one, if you open this, you see the width here. This is the width. Remember, I just joined this one together, but this is the width always. Usually the width is always 6 inches. Some comes in 7 and some 6.5, but this one is 6 inches, the width here. If we should measure it, this is it. This is what I have, 6 inches for this. So the blue is the same thing, 6 inches. So I will have my lining here. I'll be using my lining. This is satin, and I have my foam. This foam is 24 inches length and the width is 3 inches. And see it. If I measure this video will be detailed. This, when you go through this is what it is. This is 3 inches here. So you can do it depending on how you want it, how high you want it. If you want it to be 4 inches, 5 inches, you can go ahead and use for the foam. Then when you use the lining, this lining is very light. When you use it, you can decide to use it to cover the foam when we get to those points. But you see, you can still see the trace of the foam. But for this tutorial, I will be using the satin. The satin will cover this straight without seeing anything. Also remember, you can also use your satin to cover this foam if you don't want to use your ashoke, because it will not show what is inside. But this lining, this is transparent. So but for this tutorial, I'll be using the satin. But you can also decide, if you don't have the satin, go ahead and use your lining for it, for the covering for your foam. So here I have my matching thread. I have red for this, and I have the blue thread for this one. And I have my tape for measurement. I have my scissors for cutting. Then I have my glue. You use your glue. The glue comes in when you don't have sewing machine. You can use this or this one. This is electric glue. When I plug it, then I can use it for whatever I want to glue with it. But I'll be using my machine for this. But you only use your glue when you don't have machine, a sewing machine to sew your ashoke. Then remember also, this design, you can do it without using your sewing machine, but just that it takes time and it's stressful when you don't use your sewing machine for it, because you have a whole lot of work to do. So let's get started. So to get started, what I will do, I will measure out for the blue one. I'm going to measure 27 to 28 inches length. This is 28 inches length. Then the width I have is just 6¼ for the length of the width of the ashoke, but notwithstanding, we don't have problem with that. So what I will do here with this blue, this 28 inches length, I'm going to fold this into 3. Fold my ashoke into 3 this way. Fold it like this. Then I'll fold this other way. I'll fold it into 3 in this direction, just to make it equal. And when you cut it, you have 2 inches each from it. Then I'll cut it. After folding it, I'll have to cut it out. So from this one ashoke, this 6 inches width and 28 inches length, I'm going to bring out or cut it into 3. I'll have 3 pieces from this. So I'll cut out this. I'm going to cut out, I'll be using be needing 10 pieces of this blue one. Then I'll cut it out and I'll show you the next thing to do from this one. So for the red one, I'm going to measure 10 inches length. Then so I'm going to fold it into 3, just the same thing I did with the blue one. I'll fold it into 3 like this. This way, then I will cut it out. When I cut it, I have something like this, 3 pieces from it. So the red one will be needing 25 pieces of it, and the length is 10 inches. 10 inches for the length, and we'll need 25 pieces of it for this design.